We are back with our calls of the day. Adobe and Oracle named Mizuho's top picks in technology for July. Jim, you happen to own both.
I like both of them. I find them reasonably attractive names that are good ways to play the AI space. Adobe has figured out a way to actually monetize AI, and I think it was held down for too long and is now marching higher as it should be on the back of recent earnings. Oracle, same thing. These data centers that they're building for cloud infrastructure are also being used for artificial intelligence, attractively priced. At the recent rise it's had, I don't think I'd add new money here. I'd wait for a pullback, but I'm definitely holding the shares I have.
All right, Joe, you got Adobe also, right?
I do. More concerned about Adobe than I am Oracle. The momentum in Oracle is white hot. The valuation is a lot cheaper than Adobe is. Unfortunately, right now, the ownership that I have is in Adobe. At the end of July, we'll take a look at Oracle. But I think you do have to have concern about the existing products that Adobe has, and will they be cannibalized by artificial intelligence itself? I think that's a viable thesis to think towards.
All right. Bank of America says Union Pacific is a top long pick for Q3. Check out our write-up on CNBC Pro if you want a little more engaging detail about this particular call. But we can kick this around, Jim, because you own it, right?
I do own it. I'm going to admit it's not my favorite stock. What would turn it into one of my favorite stocks is if it meaningfully beat earnings. My issue here is that it's trading at 18 times next year's earnings. This is a railroad stock. It's only going to grow so much more than GDP. Yes, they can get some pricing power. Yes, they can get some carload mix adjustments. But I need those things to happen, and I need to see earnings outperform. I know that there have been a couple of upgrades this week. That makes me happy, but let's see what earnings do.
Price target's 277.
Oh, wow.
We know this stock's negative year to date, right, by some 9%. They have an analyst day coming up in a couple of months, too. So the new CEO is going to have the first event to sort of give the multi-year playbook there. Shan, you have a thought here?
Yeah, waiting on a volume recovery. Transports really haven't had a thematic tailwind, Scott, but, you know, you can't really destock twice. And so while we've been seeing a little bit of pickup on rail volume, you're really looking for that inflection to show that there has been some move towards restocking. It's just, you know, whether we're at the bottom or we're coming out of the other side, the timing is a little tough right now for transports.
All right, MGM initiated as a buy. BTIG price target's $52. They say the shares look cheap. What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, let's start with what's going right in the gaming sector, and that's Las Vegas. I mean, Las Vegas is beyond white hot. They've been growing all year. Revenue per available room in Las Vegas is up 11% in the month of May over the year prior. You got convention attendance up 2%. You got visitor for the city up 5%. Las Vegas is white hot. Now, MGM has more than half of its business from Las Vegas. Check. I like that. What I don't like that much is the regional business, because this is where you're talking about casino patrons that are having a hard time with higher inflation, higher interest rates, et cetera. So I would like to have something that has more Las Vegas exposure, like Wynn. Having said that, MGM does have almost 60% of its exposure from Las Vegas.
We have, however, discussed the fact that as much as you like what's happening in Vegas, what's happening in Vegas has been staying in Vegas.
I know.
It hasn't been filtering through to the stock prices.
I mean, it's pretty frustrating.
At all.
You know, if
you left that detail out.
Well, I knew you'd get to it, Scott, and if I talk too long, you come in, so I wanted to give you a chance.
Well, I mean, it is kind of an important note that, you know, you could say Vegas is great and everything's rosy, but the fact of the matter is the stocks haven't reflected what's happening in Vegas.
Factually true. I mean, and frustrating. More so frustrating because the estimates, particularly for Wynn, have been shooting through the roof. And I frankly just think the market is getting it wrong. That happens from time to time. I think when earnings come out, you're going to see that not only Las Vegas is going well, but Macau. And Macau gives monthly gross gaming revenue numbers. Those numbers have been creeping higher, actually more than creeping. They've been jumping higher all year. And I think that's going to show through in pretty solid results when Wynn reports at the end of this month.
Your Honor, can I ask a question?
Proceed.
Here we go.
Here we proceed.
So when we talk about investing around Vegas and investing around casinos, maybe it should be idiosyncratic. Because if I think about and if I look at the last 10 years, I've got Wynn down 58% in the last 10 years. I've got MGM up 61%. And then Caesars. I don't own Caesars, so this is a bad one on me. Up 700%.
So So, I mean, there's one thing I'm sorry that we did leave out. There's only so much time in the day, online sports betting. I mean, that's been just a home run for anyone who's got that exposure. Wynn doesn't have it, by the way. So this is traditional, go into the casino and put money down at the blackjack table. Online sports betting has been a killer. I mean, look at DraftKings, right?
So then I wouldn't want to own Wynn because they don't have in their foreseeable future the exposure.
I know your position on Wynn. I applaud you on not using the term that
I've been there. I've been a guest. I love the place.
I'll be there in August. I'll report back.
Dinosaurs in the desert?
Dinosaurs in the desert. I got my steps in.
If he had said it, I was going to raise an objection. What do I? Is there an appellate court that I can appeal to here?
No.
No.
Did you say appellate court?
Yeah.
Appellate.
Appellate court.
Continue.
All right, you want to do Nike real quick? The price target got cut to 92 from 115. You got stopped out of it.
Goodbye and good luck. Good luck to them.
All right.